In previous video, already we discussed the reason behind the first two star patterns and why we have written the code like this. Now let's go for the next one. So to get a right angle triangle pattern, so in increased order of triangle, that is first one star, two stars, three stars, but aligned towards right side. Then how do we get the code for this? So again, in this first position, we don't want a star, second position, and also third position. So first, these three are not required. Then where it is required and where a star is required, where a space is required. Let's try to understand that. So again, three rows, row 1, 2, 3, and the columns 1, 2, 3. So then here the position is 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 3. Then 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3. Then 3, 1, 3, 2, 3, 3. And here my idea is I don't want to change any loops. That is, first, it is a standard format of let n equals to 3 because we have a 3 rows. So in all these scenarios, 1, 2, 3 rows, 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3 here also. So for that, for a rows, one first for loop is required, which runs from 1 to 3. Yeah, according to n value, you can change n value to check the different patterns and it will work. Even the first two also will work and this also will work. So then inside the first for loop, a last line of code has to be the println for cursor to move to next line. That also no change. Then next here, in a for loop also, let me keep it standard that it will also run for 3 iterations. So that is int j equals to 1 and the j also will run up to n, that is 3, and then j plus plus. So yeah, inside this j loop, there are some conditions. So here first one condition, I is greater than or equals to j, which print this pattern. If it is yes, print star, else print space. And here also, if I is greater than j, then don't print anything, print spaces. If I is less than or equal to j, that means the else part, we have to print a star. That's the second one. Similarly, here also, what's the logic for that? Okay. So here, 1 plus 1 is 2. Then 1 plus 2 is 3 and 1 plus 3 is 4. I'm adding I plus j. So here 3, 4, then 5. The next 4, 5, and 6, right? So when we add I plus j and when we compare with n, so what is the logic behind this? If we add I plus j, if it is greater than n, then print a star, correct? I plus j is greater than n. So n is 3 and I plus j is 4. Print a star here. Then I plus j is greater than n. So here also n and n and n greater than n. So that is where you have to print a star. All these three scenarios also. So if it is less than, then print a space. That's what the logic here. So if I plus j value together is greater than our n. So this will work for any n value, you can cross verify. Yeah, inside this if condition, so what we supposed to print if it is greater than, it is not println, it's print a space. So according to my alignment, 1 star followed by 2 spaces I'm using. Then else part, of course, these floor brackets are not required. Directly we can write system.out.print. What we supposed to print? Again, same spatial element only, 3 spaces we need. So this code will give the output of this one. Yeah, let's execute. So for this, I have Eclipse here and the same code which I would like to write it. Yeah, first, what is the logical part of it? So take off for loop which runs for 3, yes, I and j, and when it comes to this I is greater than j is the condition. So we need to change. What is this one? I plus j, if it is greater than n value, then what we supposed to print? A star. So it is star, then else part space. That's a change in the code. So let me save it and let me execute. So you can see the same star button which we expect. Yeah, so this is the first part. Now let's understand the second one. So here we have to print this pattern. So what is the pattern again? Right angle triangle but aligned towards the left side and also in decreasing order. So 3, 2, 1. That's what I mean, the decreasing order. Then how do you write logic for this one? So I hope you understood the pattern. So I'm not discussing about this first line int n equals to 3, and I'm not writing for loop and the println, and I'm not writing this for loop also. Only the condition part I'm going to write it. That we will understand. So again, 1, 2, 3 rows, 1, 2, 3 columns. These places we don't want a star. We want a we want a space here, correct? So then what is the logic behind that? So again, if I add 1 comma 1 position, 2, 1 comma 2, 3, 1 comma 3, 4. Then here 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, then 4, 5, 6. So this is what the I plus j value. Yeah, so in this scenario, so our n value is also again 3 because we are using a 3 rows as output. Then what is the logic behind this? So where we want to start 2, 3, 4. 2, 3, 4. So there is, we are not finding any logic. Then 3, 4, 5. Yes, where we don't want to start, then there is a hint. What is this one? It is more than 3. Then here also more than 3. Here also more than 3. Why I am saying more than 3? Because our n value is 3. Correct? So then the logic which we can write is inside this if condition part. This part only I am writing. So if, what's the first condition? I plus j value is less than or equals n plus 1. So this is one scenario. We have to print a star. If it is greater than, we don't want to print it. If it is less than, we have to print, right? That's why. So here I'm using print. So what we supposed to print? This is the eligible scenario where we have to print a star. Then what's alternate for this one? Else part. It means if it is greater than. Then simply we can go for print of a spaces according to the alignment. 3 spaces are required. So this is the condition by having the outer for loop, inner for loop, and also the println statement as it is. Only the condition part is this to get this output. Let's cross verify through Eclipse. So here I have Eclipse. Just a second. Let me push it towards left side where yeah. So what is our logical part? I plus j has to be less than or equals n plus 1 to print a star, right? So I'll go for the same execution. So here I'm using I plus j is less than or equals. It is not n, it's n plus 1 is a scenario to print star. So rest of the code is as it is. And where we have to print a star here and we have to print a space here. So for that, so I have used the same code to execute, and you can see the same pattern. What we expect is our result. So this is how, by understanding the relation between this I and j values, so we can write the star patterns for any question. Yeah, I hope you like this video, and for me to make more videos, please post your questions in the comment section. Thank you and see you in the next video.